The Trial of the Incredible Hulk, 1989, opening setup. David Banner is living under the alias David Belson in a large city, trying to stay incognito while seeking a way to control his transformations into the Hulk. Unbeknownst to him, the city's criminal underworld is run by crime boss Wilson Fisk and protected by Matt Murdock, a blind lawyer and vigilante known as Daredevil. While riding a commuter subway train, David sees two men harassing a woman named Ellie Mendez. David reluctantly steps in to intervene, but the men attack him. The stress and physical confrontation trigger David to transform into the Hulk, causing mass disruption in the train and station. The Hulk flees the scene and eventually reverts back to human form. Near the subway stairwell, David is apprehended by police and arrested. Ellie, whose family is threatened by Fisk's henchmen, lies to the authorities and claims David was her attacker. This framing sets up how the two heroes meet. Matt Murdock takes David's case pro bono because he realizes David was framed by Fisk's men. Getting David freed isn't just about justice. Matt needs David's testimony and connection to the subway attack to capture the two henchmen and build a case to bring down Fisk himself. Using his hypersensitive hearing, Matt senses David's heartbeat and recognizes he is telling the truth. Matt questions Ellie at the hospital where her story falters. Recognizing Ellie as a liability, Fisk sends an operative dressed as a nurse to kill her via lethal injection. Operating in secret as Daredevil, Matt breaks into the hospital and stops the assassination attempt. Angered by the betrayal, Ellie calls Matt and offers to give a true statement in exchange for protection for her parents. However, before Matt can secure her statement, Fisk's men kidnap Ellie from protective custody. In prison, David suffers an intense nightmare where he transforms into the Hulk on the witness stand during a trial. Sitting in the jury box during this sequence is Stan Lee in his very first live-action Marvel cameo. Although Stan Lee is uncredited and has no speaking lines, he confirmed his exact role in an interview with the Television Academy, stating, "I was the foreman of the jury sitting in the jury box, and in one scene, the Hulk gets angry and he reaches down and he lifts up the whole jury box with all 12 jurors." In the film, the overwhelming stress of this nightmare triggers a real-world transformation, causing the Hulk to smash out of the jail cell and escape into the night. Daredevil tracks David to his hiding place, wanting him to return and stand trial. Believing Daredevil is working for Fisk, David panics, prompting Matt to unmask himself and reveal his true identity as Matt Murdock. Though Matt shares his background, David refuses to help, fearful of the monster inside him. Fisk leaks Ellie's location to lure Daredevil into a trap. When Daredevil arrives, Fisk uses bright spotlights and blaring loudspeakers to overwhelm Matt's heightened hearing, allowing his henchmen to beat Daredevil nearly to death. David arrives, transforms into the Hulk, and fights off the attackers. As the Hulk calms down, an injured Matt touches the creature's face and senses the physical transition back into David Banner, discovering David's secret. Although the movie doesn't show the medical treatment on screen, it is heavily implied that David uses his background to patch Matt up, telling him that while he can heal his body, only Matt can heal his own spirit. To cover for his battered state to his colleagues, Matt simply claims he fell down a flight of stairs. Seeing how Matt has embraced a life-changing radiation accident restores David's own perspective. Through David's persistent encouragement, Matt begins retraining his body to overcome his shaken confidence. Meanwhile, Wilson Fisk hosts a summit with rival crime lords to unite them into a national syndicate, using footage of Daredevil's apparent defeat as proof of his authority. David and Daredevil infiltrate Fisk's office tower. David searches the building and frees Ellie with unexpected help from Edgar, Fisk's right-hand man who secretly sabotages Fisk's plans. Simultaneously, Daredevil crashes the mob summit, causing the rival crime bosses to panic and flee, ruining Fisk's bid for syndicate leadership. With Ellie safe and the syndicate dismantled, David and Matt part as friends. Matt remains in the city to protect it as Daredevil, while David heads toward a radiation laboratory in Portland in pursuit of a cure.